Recently I started to work on making my own operating system, and at the moment I just have a bootloader as well as a small kernel that can draw some text to the screen mainly using some VGA helper functions I made to do that drawing. And at the moment that looks something like this. We've got colors, character set. It's okay, it's only been 2 days of work, so it's pretty good. And what I decided is that I might as well make videos showcasing the operating system as I work on it to help people that are also trying to make operating systems or to entertain or whatever. So the biggest issue at the moment, I think, is that if the operating system encounters some exception, like UD2 will cause an exception, it's just gonna boot, just boot forever because it's obviously never gonna get past the exception. But it would be far better if it handled the exception and told us what was happening. And to do that, I'm going to need to make the interrupt descriptor table. I'll set it up, and that will allow it so that when the CPU has an exception, it can call a function through the interrupt table that can handle that exception. And as a part of that, it also allows the operating system to begin to handle keyboard inputs and timers. So what I think I'm going to want to do is I'll make an IDT header file, and I will need to fix, yeah, sure. I'll need to fix here where it will do this for some reason, because I'm on WSL on Windows, and that's causing that issue. And I should also change the target to this, so the indexing's a bit messed up on the run target. Now I'm gonna need to make some IDT entry struct that will populate the IDT, and that's gonna need, well, I'll include my standard int. We're gonna need the load bits of the function that we're gonna call, the code segment of the kernel, the attributes, oh no, I need an ist, that'll just be 0 in this case, but I still need it, and then the mid bits, and well, the high bits are 32, the high bits as well as reserved for whatever they add in the future, which will also be 0 in this case. And I should probably pack that attribute. Oh, I need both sides of that. Packed. I don't know how essential that is, but it could cause some issues, and it's better safe than sorry, I guess. I'm also going to need uh, another struct for the IDT register that we're going to use to load. That's just going to need a limit and a base, so that'll give us the size and the first index of the IDT. Pack that as well. Attribute packed, and that should probably do it for the header file itself. Now I'm going to need to generate the exceptions somehow. I could write them all manually, but I think in this case we'll go for some assembly function, not function, assembly to do it for me, because it's basically just going to be duplication at this point, as I don't plan to add any special handling right now. I'll need 2 of these macros. Guess they're both going to do the same thing for now, but some exceptions have an error code while others don't. I just and that's just gonna call exception handler, which will be the thing that handles our exceptions, and I'll make that in the C soon as well. IREQ to return, and then at the moment the exact same thing for the one that doesn't have the error code, which is most of them. And I should probably make a macro to push the caller saved registers, though I don't think our the the functions will really change them that much for the basic, like whatever I do. But that'll be rax, rcx, rdx, rdi, rsi, and then r8 to r11. And I'll make a pop version in reverse order. Cannot spell right now. Okay, pop, start from the bottom. Doing those. Okay. End macro, and then push caller saved and pop caller saved. I'll just copy that. What? Okay. Extern to get that exception handler function, and then it'll be ISR. What do I do? No error, stub 0. First 7 are gonna be don't have return codes. Then 8 does, and 10 to 14, 17, and 30 all do have return codes, and there's 31 in total starting at 0. This one needs to be error 10, 10 as well, to all the way to 14. But well, I don't know what I did there. Does not go straight from 10 to 14. Okay, and then back to the no error ones for at least 2 before 17 needs it. And then a long stretch of nothing. $30 requires them, and I mean, even though I don't do anything different for the error ones, it'd probably be important later if I ever want to check the error code, so I'll keep it like that. And then I need some way of, I think this should work to, I need a global table that they'll go into, the C will use, and then this should hopefully be able to loop and put them all in, doing DQIs, and then percent plus percent I think. Or is it just percent plus I, maybe? And then increase I by 1. And I don't know, there's space there, probably don't need one there. Doesn't matter, but might as well look okay. And I should be able to test if that works, but I need to add it into my CMake. Make the place it's gonna go to there, and then architecture x86, and over here I'll need a ISR, I guess. Yeah, sure, ISR assembly object. So keep that aligned with all the other ones. Before I make the kernel assembly object, I'll make the ISR assembly object. That's the Arch x86 there for, what's it called, ISR stub table. Depends on that. And then I'll just need to put it into the actual over here. Symbol object. And hopefully it still, if I just run it, still behaves normal. Label, assign. Oh, I think I forgot. I need a percent there. Now, yeah, and I just don't have exception handler, so that's fine. Speaking of exception handler, I'll make the idt.c now, and that will do that, as well as creating the actual IDT. Again, was the silly issue. And I'll include, oh, I gotta change it back to here. Shit, x86 IDT. Some static array of IDT entries, IDT 256 of them total, though we're only going to use 32 of them, or maybe 33 if I add the keyboard. And I might as well, what is going on with my typing? Well, align these. I think it can improve performance in some cases, and that's always good. Now, exception handler. To do what? I guess it can just freeze for now, or maybe first print something. Print using default video, printing exception, and do it with 3 exclamation marks. Ooh, really, really bad. And the attributes themselves, oh yeah, default, I can just do EGA default color, will work there. That's not how you spell handler. Handler. Okay. Now, some function to create an entry. IDT set descriptor. It's gonna need a vector. What should be a void pointer to the ISR. That's the function that we're gonna call if this exception, or not exception, interrupt occurs, and then some flags. Those two can both be const, I guess. And now I need an IDT entry pointer descriptor as a reference, or not a reference, an address of the IDT at the vector, and then to fill it in, below ISR, just let this be equals, might as well, uint 64t ISR, and those bytes to get the first, not bytes again, bits to get the first 16. For the kernel code segment, that's just going to be hex 8, because that's where it is in my code. The IST can be 0, because we're not doing anything with the IST stack. I think that's what this is for. I'm not exactly sure. Attributes, flags. The mid ISR, kind of similar to the low one, except if I pull it forward 16 bits first, then do the mask. So I've got to bring over the next 16 bits. Then for the high one, it will need to move 32 over, and will mask twice as big to get the next 32 bits. And reserve can be 0. That should do it for the set descriptor. Now I need some IDT init to, it's going to need to get that global ISR stub table from the assembly. That's a void pointer array, and a static IDTR. Start by setting up the IDTR, the limit being the size of the IDT minus 1, and then the base being the first element of the IDT. 0. Oh, that's how you do it. I'll cast it to an, what's it? A uint. What is the base one? Yeah, uint 64t. Okay. Then do some loop around or 32. Oh, what type of syntax am I thinking? Not I either. I'm less than 32 plus plus vector. Okay. Set that, the index there, passing in the vector, ISR stub table at the vector, and the flags, I'm going to need a present on ring 0, the fourth bit's forced to be 0, and then I think the gate is 1, 1 there. I should probably make that into a define instead of some magic number, but whatever. And then to load the IDT in, load IDT %0 m IDT r, and then call sty to set the interrupt flag. volatile style. And the header file will want that. Let's see if we load the IDT in it, will it behave? Oh, it's still on kernel C. I mean, no error there, so that's good at least. Let's find out. It does exception. It's weird. Maybe there isn't. I don't think there's an exception. Maybe it's a, I don't know. Well, I guess the real question is, could just be some weird thing that I've done wrong, or maybe that's expected. I don't know. Will it print this? If it's failing immediately, then something's wrong, but I'll just pass the flags normally. But if it is just, maybe it runs into this and encounters some exception. Pass exception. I mean, it's printing pass first, so it's not failing on itself. I mean, I guess it works because it's saying exception. What about if it encounters an exception? Fail. And calls UD2 again. I mean, exception still works, so must be doing something right. Still weird how it says exception, but I guess for now I'll just continue. Here I want to do keyboard input now. There'll be 33. Stub 33 doing global stub 33. Stub 33 again with the push call. Might make it all capitals. Keep the consistency. Push caller saved. Oh no, it's on the right track. I don't know. Push caller saved. Call keyboard handler. I'll have to make that. Pop caller saved. Then return. And at the top over here, I want that keyboard handler. And in the C, underneath exception handler, I might make the keyboard handler near the top actually. Handler. Now, before I can do that, I'll need to remap the PIC because that's currently overlapping the exception interrupts. So, out B, let me see if I can do something here. I've got to initialize both of them. Start init. Then vector offset, so I want it to go to starting at 32 and well, you're starting at 33 and moving across. So 21 and I think 20. Oh, atomic is like 3. Well, I don't want that, but I don't even know what that does exactly. I guess it means if the atomic is block 3, cascade to do 04. I'll probably replace all these hex 21, hex A0 with define, so it's not just a bunch of magic numbers. But let's see if I can get the keyboard to work, and I'll need to change the mode. think that's done 0, 1, hex 1. Oh, wait, B. Yeah, and then finally mask it, so 31. If I want 33 to be not masked, I think that's FD, and A1 is just FF because I want to mask out all the exceptions ones. Then down here, remap, PIC, and now for the keyboard handle itself, read the scan code that comes in from hex 80 as a, I think, unit 16 scan code. Maybe it's 8. How many scan codes could there be? I feel like there's more than 256 for some reason, because I'm not sure what's wrong with it being slightly big, I guess. And if the scan code, hex 80 should check if it's down, so this, oh, not down, if it's a release signal. I don't really care if it's a release signal, so I'll just say we handled it and return, like const, because why not? Otherwise, print a string key, default video, and VGA default color. Then the same out B to say we did it, and maybe the keyboard, oh, keyboard handler is not defined. Do I write in capitals? What? No. I think keyboard handler is defined. Huh. Let me see if it's defined right there to me, but keyboard handler. Exception handler. What have I done? Maybe it is. Maybe it just needs to it says keyboard handler. I don't think I, oh, here, okay. Don't need it capitalized. Running. Oh, exception. Oh, is that because I still have, no. Wait, did exception as soon as I typed, or was it? Okay, I type and there's an exception. Oh, I know. Because, I think I know. We need to get the actual, what's this, a void function, void thing, then it in, and then here after the for loop, because we don't have 32 yet, which would be the timer, I'll just set it up manually with 33 and then ISO stub 33. Will it work now? Oh, not without, I call it keyboard. Now, okay, so first of all, the exception warning's gone, so I don't know what happened there. But second of all, better probably, keyboard input is being detected. I'm typing on my keyboard, as you can probably hear. It is working. New lines. Oh no, I haven't supported the scan codes themselves yet, which I might as well do now. I'll make a scancodes.h, scancode.h, yeah, scan code.h. And again with this error, bug, whatever, not my fault. Well, probably is my fault, actually. Hmm. I should change back to the kernel so I get normal looking includes. Scan, well, lag, scan codes. And we'll start with 0, which is an error. If you get 0, oh, want a comma, and then the next one is the escape key. Probably as much as I know. I think it goes like, I might as well look it up, right? Scan, keyboard scan codes. I've already searched it once before. I think this is the good one. Yeah, so 1 to backspace, tab, and then it starts on QWERTY. Okay, I think I can do that. 2, 3, 4. Might speed this up, and maybe not though. I don't think it will take terribly long. At the same time, it's not the fastest thing ever. I still am yet to support the other escape codes apart from, what's it called? Apart from new line and I guess the null terminator. Probably do that next time, as well as letting the user move around the what's it called? I guess the terminal, the VGA with the arrow keys. IOP don't start yet, because there's the bracket and the other bracket. And is there the backslash next? Apparently not. Apparently you give up at the backslash to go to enter. Instead, I need a there. Enters new line. Oh, then I might as well put it. Keep the sizing the same. That's 2 commas. What symbol's making it longer, actually? I. So I need 1 I on my keyboard. And then to left control, well, that can be 0. Control, I'll just document these. Oh, what? I'm just pressing enter and I think I'm on the right thing, and I'm spawning in some thing I've never heard about before. Hey, yes, second row now. The semicolon get supported here, yes. And then I guess it's like that. Going to the backtick, silly symbol. I never used it in my life. I think they use it in JavaScript sometimes. Not what I do though, so now I need backslash, and is this the 3rd row? Yeah, almost done with the keyboard then. X, C, V, B. What have I done? What? Okay. I'm not good at hitting the right buttons in the at all. Hitting the right buttons in the right order. So go to comma. Yep. Comma. Comma. So start question mark. No question. Oh, yes, question mark. I guess it's slash. Then to right shift, but we don't get right control. I don't really understand how this works. Why don't they just make it left to right? It's probably some legacy thing. And keypad something or print screen. That can be. What's that meant to be? Keypad dash. 0 in my case. I'll look at that later. Keypad something. Wildcard, I guess. And then left control, and then finally spacebar. And I think I can not left control, left alt, and spacebar. And I think I'll stop there, and we'll see if it works. So inside the code, doing instead of key, look it up in the scan codes. If I include the scan codes, might make it easier to look it up. Architecture x86. I should probably put the scan codes in some like keyboard driver thing as well as the keyboard stuff itself. But for now, I'll just look at scan codes at scan code and implicitly converted to type const char star. Well, what am I doing wrong? That should be the index. I guess it is a kind of a const char star. Oh no, this is a string. And now we're happy again. I again was changing this to run it. What? Oh, holy lag. Running. Oh, well, keyboard. That's a good sign. We got keyboard input working. There's the backticks. There's something else. New line works. If I do backspace though, it's just going to create those. Same with tab, caps lock. Caps lock does space for some reason. I don't know what that's about. So does space though. That's probably about it for this video. Escape does a little funny back arrow. Look at that. Um, One final thing. He's back. I think that's because I pressed the build button multiple times. One final thing I want to do is just remove some of these magic numbers on like a port.h. Define. I'll fix the error. What? That error later this time. PS2 data coming in on x60, and then PIC 1 command on 20, and the PIC2 command on A0, and the same thing for the data of those. Data on hex 21, and the second lot of data on A1. That should probably just do it for that. Next time I want to add capitalization, so when you press shift or caps lock it will actually capitalize, and hopefully be able to use the arrow keys to move around the text, and hopefully as well fix, not fix, but support the other, why was it folded up right there? Support the other escape codes. Port.h. Okay. Doing not gonna I only use that once. I can't copy and paste it anywhere. I use the data ones repeatedly though, so is that data. Oh, how did that survive not ruining everything? I don't know. I guess I got lucky. Was it not called PIC2 data? Oh, this one has an underscore. Now it works. And over here, PS2 data, and then outputting to the not PIC1 command. That looks good for now. So, if you at all enjoyed the video, are we gonna build? Oh, is this the issue? Oh, because I did port and I didn't fix it. I did fix port. It's just really slow to build. Okay, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, like, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, goodbye.